Action shot. Bowhunter box clubs, November box. Well, that was real corny. Anyway, let's crack this puppy open. Whole bunch of fun stuff in this month's box. Let's plow through it here. First, let's find the card. $74 worth of stuff, 4 items this month, so we're going to have some more higher price ticket items. We'll have to shuffle through. It looks like we got some broadheads I'm going to have to cut open before I get to it. So let me get the cutters. So let me go get the scissors, open up some of these packages, and we'll get to going. Alright, let's start off with the most inexpensive thing first. Got some HME Hunting Made Easy, bunch of Hunting Made Easy products in the past, game cleaning gloves. Now we got a single use pair a couple of months ago. This is a 4-pack, has the full shoulder length gloves and then the smaller nitrile gloves to go with it. A 4-pack will last me 1 to maybe even 3 years. I can only shoot 1 buck in Pennsylvania. I can get a doe tag, I can get a couple of doe tags, but usually for me I only shoot at the most 2 deer a year. So this would be great. I'll save this. Actually, I might be able to use it during turkey season coming up. Alright, next thing, Tinks Hot Shot 69. By far the best type of doe and estrus lure I have ever used is Tinks. In the past I've had tremendous success with it. I've used Code Blue, I've used Buck Bomb, and both of those have kind of just sent the deer running. They'll come into the area and sniff around. Some guys have experience with a lot of different lures like that. I don't use lures very often anymore. I've gotten a little bit better at hunting, if you will, in the sense that I can hunt a lot more terrain funnels. I've been seeing a lot more deer the past 5 to 10 years doing that. For example, this year I shot both a buck and a doe, never once had to use any type of scent, either cover up scent or like an Evercalm or something like this during the rut. Now the shame with this, even though it's really good stuff, is that I now live in a part of Pennsylvania that has now been introduced into a disease management area for CWD. And what that means is I cannot use any natural doe urine, buck urine, or any natural lure. I cannot feed deer in my area. During the off years, we're not allowed to bait here in Pennsylvania, period. But now I can't during the summer months and the fall. I cannot feed the deer, and I cannot use a natural. I can use a synthetic lure if I want, but I cannot use a natural lure like this. So this is now illegal in my part of the state here in Pennsylvania. Kind of a shame, but still good stuff if you end up using it or buying it off the shelf. A second thing that's really cool but kind of a bummer again is because I hunt 99.9% public land or private land that's public access, which means I can't use things like this Tactical Trio tree hook from Hawktree stands. It screws into the tree, and I can't use screw-in steps. It's illegal on public land here in Pennsylvania. But a really unique design. So obviously this thread protector you take off, you would screw this into the tree, and so you have the ability to hang multiple items off of the tree. You could probably hang a backpack here, your bow off to the side, or maybe a grunt tube or some rattling antlers. Seems like a very sturdy construction. The package claims that the hook itself can hold 40 pounds, and these smaller arms are safe for up to 5 pounds. Feeling of the general construction, considering this appears to be an all steel construction underneath the rubber coating, I guarantee you could probably hold more than 5 pounds a piece. But holding basically 50 plus pounds of gear on one tree hook, if you can get that secured in the tree, that's pretty slick. So if you're a private land guy, or you have the ability to hunt on a lease or something like that, and you're allowed to screw in things like this would be a really good pickup. As usual, I'm going to save the best for last, and the most expensive item we have in here is Trophytakers Shuttle TLock broadhead. I already ripped the package open, so here you go. There's that bit, but no one cares about that bit. Let's look at the broadheads. So we'll pull one out here out of the package and get it screwed onto an arrow that I brought out here. As you know, I'm a Magnus fan. I like Magnus broadheads. I like a 4-blade broadhead, so I like a 2-blade with bleeders. It really gives me a really excellent blood trail. This is a 3-blade head, and although it's a 3-blade, not my personal preference, its style and the way it's built is right up my alley. So the entire broadhead is made out of stainless steel. The ferrule is a one-piece ferrule, and these blades slide in. Now, if you've ever used a replaceable blade head like a Muzzy or a Slick Trick or something like that, you know the ferrules usually aren't the sturdiest part. They're usually made out of 70-75 aluminum. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. For example, magnets are made out of 70-75 aluminum or 60-61. But these blades, the way they are designed on the bottom is they are in a T shape. They're really thick and rigid. They're not like the wings that you might have on a Muzzy, and so your blade retention is phenomenal. You have a really solid steel ferrule, a very short, beefy ferrule, and the blades are incredibly thick. The package claims .08, whereas most broadheads like a Muzzy or a Rage are somewhere below .035. So you're definitely getting a very thick, very sturdy broadhead. Very small in flight. It's only 1 1/8 inches. A little bit over 1 1/8 inches cutting diameter wise. Again, very short, very thick, very beefy head. I would really love to use something like this. This would be a very effective head on anything you could find in North America. Whitetail, elk, bear, moose, hogs. Just a very solid. You notice the swept back blade angle. It does look like a shuttle rocket, you know, with its wings. It's not a straight 90-degree from the tip to here. It kind of has a swoop down motion. I would imagine that would help with its penetration, its cutting. That tip is very sharp, obviously not a cut-on contact tip, but that's going to blow right through a rib cage, probably most parts of a scapula. Very short. You're talking the whole head profile is probably about 1 inch, maybe even a skosh less than 1 inch. So very short, compact, beefy head, very thick. This is definitely a broadhead that if I was shooting something like this or wanted to shoot something like this instead of a Magnus, this head would be top of my list. It's particularly for a 3-blade head. With being such a short, compact, low-profile fixed blade, I imagine this would fly super well out of crossbows. It would fly super well out of even the higher speed compounds, even with something as small as a Blazer Van on the back end. I bet there'd be very little tuning to get this to fly right. So that's it for the November Bowhunter Box Club box. If you're interested in any of the individual items, I will link them down below. Also, if you're interested in any merchandise, and I don't really play this up, so I'll just throw it here in this video. If you're interested in any merchandise from Teespring, for example, I'm wearing the regular Gildan t-shirt. You can find all of that down in the links in the description. There's a little banner probably down there with, I got men's t-shirts, women's t-shirts, hoodies. I have the cheaper and the premium version of both. If you're interested, I bought this shirt and a shirt for my wife. They're very comfortable, pretty standard Gildan t-shirts, nothing super special. I have them priced that they are as cheap as I can get them without losing money. Basically, I think after taxes and fees and everything, I'm making like $1.80 per item, so I have them as cheap as I can get them. So they're still kind of expensive. I don't like upselling things, it's just not my thing. But if you're interested in any of the merchandise, you can follow the links in the description below. Support the channel, wear AJA with pride, I guess. Ironically, I was wearing this shirt as my undershirt when I shot my doe last week or so. So very comfortable, very, very healthy. Maybe they're good luck charms. Maybe you could wear them under your clothing. Maybe you could wear them underneath your hunting gear if you're kind of having a bummer season this fall. Anyway, that's all for this video. If you have any questions, always leave a comment here on YouTube. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram. You can even send me an email down below. Hope you're able to get outside, enjoy the sport of archery hunting if you so choose. Definitely enjoy God's beautiful creation, and we'll get to see you next time.